Hopefully, we also have those of us joining us online. So, welcome back. It's Friday. Let's get started here. We're going to move through root chakra today. Our sankalpa or our mantra is going to be I belong. So, before we get started, namaste.
Namaste.
And thank you for coming. And thank you, everybody that's here, for coming. So, I'll start with Jody, Sally, Gilbert, Renee, Carrie, Jenny, Nancy, and Kathy. So thanks everybody coming. Today's a full Friday. So you might be hearing noises and comments. It's okay. All right, so from there, let's go ahead and start with Chin Mudra again. I'm gonna scoot back a little bit because you'll see that I'm in a chair. We're nice and stable. I have my feet hip width distance apart. My hips, my knees are in alignment here. My knees to my ankles are in alignment, and my toes are also in alignment, pointing forward. So let's just take a moment maybe to just grab or put our hands on our knees and just gently rock side to side. Maybe we're finding those glute bones here. So we feel the pressure on one side, we feel the pressure on the other side. Those are our sitting bones. You might close the eyes and just rock with this. Now let's try a little bit of a different rocking where we let the head lean a little bit. We move the shoulders that way. And then again, let the head lean a little bit as we move shoulders and hips that way. So we're just kind of moving and tilting the head opposite direction now. Hopefully we're taking nice, deep, easy breaths here. All right, so we know where our glute bones are. Now let's ground down, ground through the feet. We're coming into Chin Mudra. This is index finger to thumb, just the tips. The palms are going to be open, the three fingers relaxed. Palms are going to be upward facing on the lap. Let's draw the shoulders up to the ears. And exhale, relax down and back. All right, you can find your drishti point. This is your point of focus at the horizon level, or you can simply soften or close the eyes. We are going to come into that sankalpa first, where we just breathe in and out of the nose. Let's start with bringing that breath in through the nose, through the body, all the way down to our root chakra. You might think of those sitting bones, and then rising back up. Allow the breath to move in and out of the body as we center. And now bringing our sankalpa in, I belong. I belong. And just allowing yourself to feel that energy of belonging right here, right now, right where we're at. I belong. Allow all that other energy of not feeling wanted or belonging in the space that you are in, and coming back to I belong. Let's go ahead and gently release those words. We can start to open our eyes here, remembering that any time that our mind wanders, or maybe just why we stretch through this space here, that we can always bring those words back. All right, we're gonna stop with the Chin Mudra as well. I'm gonna scoot back a little further so you can see me. Okay, from here we're gonna move into our three-part breath because we'll do this in Shavasana as well. So just remembering below the navel, all the way to the pelvis bone, expand. So inhale, expand lower section. Continue to inhale and expand our midsection. Continue to inhale and expand through the chest and shoulders. And then as you exhale, release chest, shoulders, all the way down through the midsection. Navel starts to draw in, and you're squeezing all that air out all the way down through the pelvis. We'll do this 3 more times. Inhale from the bottom up. Work on moving section by section, expanding. And then exhale, releasing section by section. Exhale, chest, midsection, all the way down to the pelvis. Now it's okay if you're not breathing as slow as me, just do the best you can. Inhale from the bottom up. Try to expand all the way through the torso. And exhale from the top down. We'll do this a last time. Inhale from the bottom up. And exhale from the top down. Take a moment, maybe bring one hand over the sacral space, one hand over the heart center, and just inhale. And let's exhale through the mouth. One more time. Inhale, expanding. And exhale through the mouth. From there, let's go ahead and release the hands. Inhale, let's bring it all the way up, stretching up. If you feel good to interlace those fingers, interlace them, bring the palms up, lengthen. Now, as we lengthen, we're really stretching through the body. Let's press through the soles of the feet so we feel grounded, grounded in our glute bones, grounded in the soles of our feet. Let's go ahead and exhale and come into our first forward fold today. You are welcome to come all the way down, rolling over that lap. Some of us may not do that, so some of us might have hands on knees and tuck those elbows in, lengthen through the back. You could always relax the chin, you could relax the neck. We'll find one more breath in whichever pose you are in. Staying with the breath, let's inhale, root to rise. Rising up through that flat back, reaching up. Let's exhale, palms together, hands to heart. Inhale, take it all the way back up. We're gonna exhale our warrior two arm twist. Inhale, front and center. Exhale, twist the opposite way. Inhale, coming back up through front and center. And exhale, palms together, hands to heart. Let's inhale, bring one knee up. Exhale, warrior two arms, open that knee to the side, palms face down. Inhale, bring the arms up. Exhale, palms together, leg comes down, sole of the foot grounds. Inhale, other knee just rises up. Exhale, warrior two arms as you open that knee. Inhale, let's take it back up. And exhale, palms together, hands to heart. This time, extension with dorsiflexion. Inhale, extend through the heel. Exhale, warrior two arms. Inhale, up. Exhale, bring it all together, center and down. Other leg, inhale, extend. Exhale, warrior two arms. Strong legs, strong abs. Inhale, let's bring it up. And exhale, palms together, hands to heart, releasing down. We're gonna come into our cactus twist. So it's an inhale. Let's inhale, twist and open. Exhale, you're just gonna bring it back to center, hands to heart. Keep the feet nice and stable. Inhale to the opposite side. And exhale, let's bring it back together at the heart. Now we're gonna come back to an extension. So inhale, extend, twist that way. Exhale, bring it back to center, release that leg. Opposite leg, you're twisting that way. And we are trying to do it on our inhales if we can, exhaling back to center. We'll just do this one more time. You're welcome to do warrior two arms again. And exhale back to center. Last one, inhale. And exhale back to center. All right, from here, let's heel toe. I'm gonna come into wider legs. We wanna come in through some of our poses here that we also do standing up. So if you're at home and you would like to stand, we are moving into warrior poses. So let's start off with knees bent, toes moving the same direction, stacking knees above the ankles. We feel nice and grounded here with our glute bones in that seat. Let's start to press down through the soles of the feet. So to start activating legs, we're pressing down. Let's go ahead and bring fingertips inward. We're just going to come with a flat back as we hinge forward. Let's find an inhale though when we come forward. So inhale through the flat back. Exhale, start to draw inward, lift back up. So rib cage edges knitting in towards navel, hip points knitting in towards navel. You're rising up. Let's inhale, come back forward, expand. Exhale, squeeze, lift up. Think of that energy moving all the way through the crown as we exhale. As we inhale, move it down to the root and expand. Exhale, rising back up. We only have one more of these. Hopefully you feel this in the low back as you hinge forward. The expansion breath helps to open that low back, and then exhale, squeezing those muscles, finding our structure here. Let's take it to warrior two, arms, palms face down. Let's look over one side. And you're just gonna take deep breaths here for one more breath. Now let's release one hand down. That palm that we're looking to, or hand we're looking to, flip the palm up, inhale, reverse warrior. Now that could be straight up and you can look up. Some of us may have some balancing issues. You might bring that other hand to the leg or hang on to the chair. You might not bring the gaze up. Maybe you bring the gaze forward or possibly looking down if we have any vertigo. You're reaching up, let's go ahead and move back to our warrior two. So now you know the gist of it. We're gonna do breath by breath. So palm up, inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, warrior two. Last one, inhale, reverse warrior. And exhale, warrior two. Now, warrior two arm, bring the gaze forward. That arm we've been looking to. Let's go ahead and hinge that and come right into our side angle pose. If it's good with you, rise that arm, hand up. You'll feel the stretch between the shoulders, the chest, as well as the vertebrae. If this isn't good for your arm or shoulder, you could always bring the hand down to the hip or bring it to the low back where you feel some more stretching in the shoulder. Wherever we're at with this, let's find two more breaths of lengthening. One more breath here. And exhale, take it back to warrior two. Arms, we're facing forward. If we forgot about the legs, let's press down into the soles of the feet, because I know I did. And then let's bring palms forward, cactus arms, and then start to draw those shoulder blades together towards the back. Navel's gonna draw in towards the spine as you squeeze the scapulas together and simultaneously press down through the soles of the feet. We have two more breaths in our goddess pose. And exhale, soften, release. Let's go ahead and grab the back bottom of the chair. We're just going to extend through our toes, lengthen those legs. Remember, root chakra is all about our legs. Let's dorsiflex, so we will be moving a lot through the legs. Dorsiflex again, or excuse me, plantar flexion, and then back to dorsiflexion. Let's go ahead and release the legs back down. We're going to press again. We're trying to stay aware of the legs as we are in all these positions. So let's firm up the legs by pressing down. Warrior two, arms, draw the navels in. Let's roll those shoulders back a few times while we have these warrior two arms. And then try to relax those shoulders. Look over the opposite way. Start to come back to those nice deep breaths. We are going to switch it into our reverse warrior. So arm we're not looking to releases. Palm up with the arm we're looking to. And inhale, let's reach it up. Exhale, back to warrior two, arms. Inhale, release and reach up. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, we're going to take our reverse warrior. Exhale, warrior two. I believe we have one last one. If we don't, we have one extra then. Let's inhale, reverse warrior up here, and exhale back to warrior two. Warrior two, we're gonna bring our gaze back forward. Let's hinge that arm that we were just looking to, and then release that down to the quad. And either bring that other arm up now, if that's comfortable for you. Any shoulder elbow problems, we might just bring it down to the hip. Another option is bringing it to that low back. It helps roll that shoulder back. So however you want to find your pose, we have 3 more breaths. You're looking to lengthen through the spine. You're also looking to open through the shoulders. And coming back to that nice breath, let's inhale back into our warrior 2. And exhale, goddess pose, palms forward. Let's press down through the soles of the feet. This time, rise the heels up. Rising the heels, and let's release the heels. Rise the toes and balls of the feet up. Bring these palms together. And from those palms, see if we can squeeze the forearms and elbows together, contracting in center. Let's inhale, release the feet, and open back up to our goddess pose. Let's lift the heels this time. Keep the heels lifted. Exhale, bring it back through center. Palms connect. Press down through the forearms and elbows. Inhale, let's open back up, release those heels. This time, just the toes alone are reaching up. So balls of the feet are grounded, heels are grounded, and let's exhale. Again, bringing those hands together, forearms, elbows pressing together in center. And inhale, open up. Release the toes. Let's curl those toes under, let the arch of the foot pull up, and sweep the palms to the back, fingertips pointing down, elbows out to the side. Let's release the feet, lift the toes again for a moment, keep those arms back, and release down now. Palms still face the back wall, pulling all the way down through the fingertips. Let's release the toes now. Flip the palms forward, thumbs are out to the side. You're going to hinge forward. Doesn't have to be very far, so keep the length in the back. What we're looking for is more airplane arms. So the palms are already forward. You're going to inhale and just draw those fingertips back if you can. Squeeze the scapulas together like you're an airplane taking off here. You have those airplane arms. Lengthen through the torso. One more breath. And exhale. Release. As we release, let's go ahead and grab the back bottom of the chair, extend through the pointed toes, so we have plantar flexion here. And let's just roll through the feet. So circumducting the ankle, we're rolling through the foot in circles. And then let's roll the foot in circles opposite way. Some days we can get a band going. Let's come back into dorsiflexion, toes towards the shins, and plantar flexion, pointing those toes away. Let's see if we can slowly bring that back into center. I have pointed toes still, squeezing either to center, hip width distance apart, and then let's come back to dorsiflexion. You might be seated all the way to the chair. Go ahead and come back to plantar flexion. And dorsiflexion. Let's open back up if we can. And exhale, release down. More legs. Just a warning, more legs. We love our legs. They keep us going. And sometimes they get really sore. Gotta have good feet, good legs. Feet are important too. All right, so we're gonna find these, same thing. Same alignment, knees point to toes, because we're gonna press here. So give yourself enough room. And if this doesn't work for you, you can always use your knees. I find this option's a little bit tougher than our first option. So hinging forward, you're gonna keep that flat back, elbows might hinge, but then lengthen those arms. This lifts your glutes up off the tape, but off our chair. Let's bring one knee towards the toes. So you might look to that knee and see if you can glide it towards the toes. And then switch to the opposite knee, gliding towards the toes. And then bring it back into that alignment with one of those. Let's go ahead and just sit it down. With this, we're gonna come out with arms wide. Inhale, pull back the scapulas towards one another as the arms are wide. And let's exhale, bring it back to center again. We're going to inhale, hinge forward, exhale, lift the glutes. This time, let's pick up one heel. So you're rising just one heel and then releasing down. Let's pick up the opposite heel. Maybe we take a breath with that, release down. We're gonna add to this, glide the knee over to the toes. Bring it back through center, glide the knee over to the opposite toes. Bring it back to center, release the glutes. This time take the hands to the back of the chair. Let's extend pointed toes. And then just move through the feet here for a moment, through extension, through dorsiflexion and plantar flexion. And release back down. Now, if you're ready for the knees, great. If you're not, continue with just being here at center. I'm gonna bring it to the knees. Same thing, you're hinging forward, flat back. Let's press up. And this time, let's see if we can rise up on both heels. If not, you're just rising up one heel at a time. So you're just moving back and forth. And then let's take both heels, release. See if we can just rise the toes now. So balls of the feet, heels are grounded. But now you're lifting those toes. And let's exhale, release the glutes, release our toes down. Let's go ahead and come into that 5-pointed star. Extend through all the body parts, extending out like a star here. And exhale, soften down. Let's go ahead and move into one more, hinge forward. Inhale, lift up. Let's start off with one heel lifts and release that heel. Opposite heel lifts. Release that heel. Let's rise the toes here. So just the toes are rising. Maybe take a breath. I know the legs are probably shaking. Release those toes. See if we can lift both heels. Such an advanced party. Let's release down. I think they all might kill me. Let's inhale. 5-pointed star. Doing good. Exhale, release. Let's go ahead and heel, toe, move on that chair. We're gonna come into some stability with our inner thighs. So I'm moving forward here. And before I get all settled, let's go ahead and bring that lovely belt in. Remember, you don't need that belt. You can, if you're at home, have a towel, a tie you can roll up. If you don't have a belt, just copy the same form I'm doing with my arms, and that will be just fine. So let's get grounded here. Let's start off with wide arms on the belt. So if you happen to have a towel, tie, belt at home, we're gonna stay with wide arms. Let's keep the elbows lengthened this time. So when we bring it up, you're gonna bring it back as far as you can. It doesn't have to be too far back, but not to a point where you're starting to do this hinging number. So just lengthen the arms and you're just gonna bring it back and then release back forward. So we're not necessarily coming all the way back and down. We're gonna add legs to this. So just inhale one leg, rise up, draw back a little bit where you feel that stretch in the shoulders. Exhale, bring it back forward and down. Remember, we're not looking for pain today, so just make sure it's just that little bit of stretch. Opposite leg. Draw back, feel the chest and shoulders open for you. Abs are nice and tight and firm as we release back down. We're gonna come to our plantar flexion now, so pointed toes. Deep breath. Exhale, release. Pointed toes, inhale. And exhale, release. Coming back to dorsiflexion, inhale. And exhale, release. Now, if you feel up for bringing it all the way back, you can move with me. And maybe move only part way back and then bring it back forward. So you don't necessarily, once again, have to move all the way back. Still looking for those lengthened elbows. We're gonna come back to plantar flexion. You decide how far you want to take that. It's okay if you take it all the way back and down or just part way and bring it down. Last one. And release. All right, arms, shoulders, hopefully they're feeling good. We're gonna keep the object between the legs here. So staying with that, you might grab the chair. We're just going to extend through a heel, release, extend through the opposite heel, release, extend pointed toes, release, extend the other side, and release. Okay, so while you're here, while you have these legs together, let's see if we can glide out, still keep that, and see if we can keep that, but glide our foot to the side. Glide it to the side and back. See if we can get it to move back. So what I'm looking for most of us, hip, maybe alignment with the ankle or foot somehow. If not, don't worry about it. You're just doing the best you can. So from there, you're just going to glide it back out and bring it directly under. So now we're moving on to the opposite leg. It's just gonna glide out. You're trying to keep that tension in between the legs. This is the hardest part, is to bring it out. And then maybe I have a chair thing that lifts up my heel. You might even look to the side and add that to it. It gives a little bit of more openness here for that leg. And then glide back and release. Let's do this one more time. So gliding forward, out to the side while squeezing these inner thighs, maybe back, maybe looking down. And then bring it back to center. Glide it out to the side, squeezing the inner thighs here and back under. We only have one more, so we're not gonna do too many of these. Glide it out, pretty difficult. And bring it back. And again, of course, you might look to that side. I tend to be a little tight on this side. And let's go ahead and glide it out and back under. Whew, a lot to do with these legs. Let's go ahead and release that ball. Ah. So, yeah, you could probably turn on the fan. It's getting warm in here.
I was having sweat right
All
on
these
my
people.
face, but I didn't think else was- Oh, you got it right.
All right, so I'm coming towards the front. We just did a lot of leg stuff, so we're gonna move into the hips and just move into the hips actually. So hand on knee, if it feels good. You're looking just to bring that nice circular motion here. This shouldn't be painful. I think you could rise that thing up too. You know, it's got all those gears and stuff. So if you're moving one direction, let's go ahead and move the other way. Remember to relax the shoulders. Remember to breathe here. It's all about you. It's about taking your breath, bringing it back through the body, being aware. That leg's gonna be down. Let's go ahead and start off with the other leg now. So remember, take your time, take it slow. You might feel this in the knee, you might feel it in the hip, you might have all sorts of clicks and clacks. And let's move the opposite way. And release down. So as we release down, I'm still towards the front part of my chair just so that I can stay grounded here. Some of us that might need a shorter chair or something, so I like the front part, still feeling grounded. We're going to extend one leg. I'm gonna dorsiflex. Hopefully you'll see that. And what you're looking for is that softness in the knee, dorsiflexion in the foot. You're gonna keep those toes towards the shin or towards the knee. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start off moving it laterally. You're gonna make sure the knee and the toes match. They all move out laterally. You'll feel this all the way into your hip space. So try to relax the shoulders here, recenter, maybe lengthen through the crown, maybe find your drishti point so that you're focused, so that we're bringing all that energy still down through center, still coming in and squeezing that navel. Let's go ahead and bring it back through center. And we're gonna take it medially. So same dorsiflexion, knee matches those toes, is all moving inward now. You might even close the eyes and take yourself inward to I belong. And even being grateful for the leg twisting here. Let's inhale, we can open the eyes, we can release that. Let's go ahead and bring it back under the knee and then extend the opposite, keeping a softness again. This time, let's go ahead and move medially first. Make sure the knee, the toes, all move that same direction. You might feel different places here of tension, maybe muscles you haven't been used to working for a while. I think the only time we use these is possibly in our vehicles. Brake, gas, and especially one leg. So you might have a really flexible right leg. Let's take it out to the side laterally. Again, you're just breathing into this. You're allowing it to happen. You're relaxing into it. Let's find one more breath. And bring it back. As we bring it back, let's go ahead and extend one. As we extend, see if we can bring it out a little bit to the side like we just did on the ground. It's a lot more difficult when it's up. Bring it back to center, so it may not move very far like mine, and then bring it medially. And bring it back to center. Let's release. We're gonna do the same on the other leg. So try to sit nice and tall. You'll notice that you kind of round a little bit. I did. We're gonna try and sit nice and tall best we can. Extend back out. And rotate laterally. I know that's when the leaning back and the tucking in happens. It's okay. You're just doing the best you can. Straight. And let's move it medially. And gently release. All right, from there, instead of standing up today, we can use belts. You don't have to use belts for this one. So this one is a suggestion with a belt. I like to personally use my hands interlaced underneath the leg, but for some of us, that may not be an option. So that's when you grab the belt both sides, and you're just gonna pick it up enough where you can pull those elbows in, where you can send the shoulder blades in, and you're just going to extend through dorsiflexion. And then you're gonna bring it back down. So that's what it's gonna look like with the belt. I'm gonna set mine aside because I am going to use my hands interlacing. It does bring it up higher, so just be aware of that. Inhale, you're going to extend through that heel again. And exhale, you're gonna relax that. Let's do this 2 more times. Inhale, extend. Exhale, release. Inhale, extend, pause there. Once again, we're even higher up. Let's see, even if we have to move those arms, see if we can rotate medially that foot, the knee. I even rotated my arms a little bit, my shoulders a little bit. And then let's gently move it the opposite way. See if we can maybe move laterally while it's out. Feeling those different muscles. Let's move it back to center, and we are going to release that. Let's move on to the other leg. Again, you can just take the belt, bring it, maybe double it. You're gonna lift up just a little bit, pull those elbows in, pull the shoulders in, everything coming towards center. Let's extend through the heel. And release. Interlace fingers if you want to, extend through. And release. We have 2 more. Inhale. And exhale. Remember, we're going to do it that last one. Inhale, extend. Let's move it in immediately if we can. I try and shift my hands more than myself because I'll look like this. But I'm trying to shift here, my hands a little bit, so I can bring that knee, the toes in. A little bit difficult while it's out. And then we're gonna shift the other way, trying to bring it out laterally. That might be easier on our right leg since we have the gas pedal. Bring it back center. And let's release down. All right, I'm gonna put that aside for right now, but remember, you can continue to use it. We are gonna come to plantar flexion. We're gonna do similar. So you can grab that belt again. You can interlace the fingers. Let's point the toes. Inhale and exhale. I'll kick you, girl. No. Inhale and exhale. So it's gonna be a little bit easier. We're just lengthening on that inhale, feeling that stretch, and exhale. We'll do this just 1 more time. Inhale and exhale. Switching to the other side. Again, either interlace, use that belt tie towel at home, pointing those toes, and release. We have 3 more. Inhale. And exhale. 2 more. Last one. And exhale. I wish you guys could see this. We have one lady that's so flexible. Her legs up way up here. And she just had knee surgery.
Yeah.
Just so you know. I just have to say that because she's incredible. All right, from there we're going to do a little bit more twisting. So let's go ahead and grab one side of the chair. Inhale the other arm up. Exhale, let's twist, hinge that elbow, look that way. So it's a little bit different. Where palm is facing that way, you're still hanging on to the bottom of the chair, so it feels different. Let's inhale, bring it back up. So we're just twisting here. It's palm face forward. You're going to exhale, twist the direction towards that arm that's hanging on and hinge the elbow. Inhale, let's take it back up. Exhale, twist. We have 1 more. So using a lot of abs here in this twist. Last one, exhale. Inhale, take it up. Bring them both up. Ground the feet. We are going to come into our forward fold. You decide how your forward fold looks today, remembering all the options you have. Inhale, root to rise, bringing it all back up. Exhale, palms together, hands to heart. Inhale, let the opposite arm glide up. Opposite arm that you have not hung onto the chair with yet is right there. Then face the palm forward. You're going to hang on to that. As we exhale, twist that direction, hinge that elbow. And if you can, look that direction. Inhale, let's take it back through center, lifting all the way back up. Exhale, twist and hinge. Hinging the elbow, lengthening the spine. Inhale, unwinding. Exhale, twist. Inhale, unwind. We have last one. Exhale, twist. And inhale, unwind. From there, take both hands to knees. Hopefully you're already forward. Let's exhale into our cat posture. Squeeze it all back, round it back. Let's inhale, hinge forward, roll through the shoulders, pull those abs, pull those elbows in. Abs are expanding, chest expanding, even the face is forward. So shining that smile forward and then taking it back for the cow. Exhale, squeeze it all out, round the back, maybe even rock side to side here. Pausing again in center, let's inhale to our cow. Nice deep breath. We're only going to do 2 more of these. Let's exhale back into our cat. So last one, take advantage of that inhale, pulling forward. And take advantage of that exhale, squeezing the navel back. All the air empties. And release, sit it up tall. While we do, you can keep hands right here. We are thinking of getting ready for Shavasana here. Why I say that is because we're still moving, chin down across the chest. You're going to move the ear to the other shoulder. Maybe bring the gaze forward, take a breath, relax those shoulders, and exhale back down across the chest. Inhaling to the opposite side. So start thinking of what you need, especially those of us at home. Do we need that blanket, the pillow, the eye mask? Do we need to shut a door? Let's go ahead and bring it back down, chin into chest. While we're here, chin into chest, let's take those interlacing hands and bring them behind the head. Relax the elbows. Take 1 more breath. On the next breath, we're going to find ourselves an inhale and an opening, maybe like a butterfly. Just opening those wings of the elbows. You're really spreading, opening up, looking up. Let's find one more breath of lifting and opening. And exhale, release. It's always good to open our heart space. Opening this front body helps us to open and not have maybe some depression or anxiety, helps us to relax. So those of us at home and here, we're getting ready for Shavasana. I do Yoga Nidra style, so you're welcome to stay in chairs, welcome to comfortable, whatever feels best. Thank you for whoever got me a chair. I didn't even realize how fast that time was going until I looked at it and I was like, oh.
Yeah, because we talked a little bit. Amber, that's why I'm putting this ball in here.
Okay, yeah. I swear I'll remember. Hey, if you want your ball aired, this is the time to have it in my pocket.
Yeah.
Because
Voila!
I'm going to this time. Putting my mind to this.
It's in your mindset.
Yes, my Jedi powers.
Your Jedi powers. Okay, good.
All right, everybody's getting ready here so I can welcome some people online. Hello, Anaya, if I'm saying that right. Welcome to our practice. I hope you enjoy this movement and just relaxing and coming back into your breath.
It's like, oh,
All right, some of us are getting on the ground. So just remember, this is a comfortable space for you. You should be able to relax completely. So if that isn't on your back, then just get comfortable so that you can relax, so that you can hear the words that I'm going to be speaking and trying to follow those with awareness and relaxation. And that's pretty much all you do for Yoga Nidra here is just listening to the words, being aware, and relaxing the body. All right, starting here, we're just going to welcome ourselves to Yoga Nidra. Maybe we're sitting back on a chair, easy chair, couch. Maybe we get a chance to lay back on a bed or on the ground. Some of us like to do the legs up the wall. That always helps bring the blood back down to our heart space, back down to our vital organs, our body, our torso. So that's also a good one to release fatigue out of the legs. Start to relax here. If we're sitting in a chair, maybe we sit a little bit back. We let the legs be open. If we can, possibly let the palms be open, ready to receive. If you're sitting in a chair without a support for the head, maybe you tilt the chin slightly down, just to rest the head a bit. And now let's start to bring it just into our breath. So as we found this relaxation space, this place where we can release and let go, we're starting to bring the breath in and out of the nose. Allowing expansion and release through the body. And we notice the breath moves through the nostrils, through the head space, through the throat space, and starts to expand through the body. Allow the awareness and the breath to expand all the way through the body. Maybe taking that awareness with the breath, expanding through the chest to the fingertips. And just allowing the exhales to relax and release you. And then expand the next one all the way down to the toe tips. And exhale again, maybe settling in center. Maybe that's the navel space or below the navel space for you. Now we're going to come back to our 3-part breath here. So remember in the beginning where we took sections of the body expanding one at a time and then releasing one at a time. That first section is the low section below the navel, the pelvis. Let's expand below the navel. Continue to expand into the midsection. And then continue to expand into the chest and shoulders. And when you find your exhale, release the shoulders, chest, midsection sinking, pelvis, navel sinking. Inhale, pelvis, midsection, chest, and exhale, chest, midsection, pelvis. It's okay if your breath is slower. Inhale into the pelvis, midsection, chest, and exhale, releasing chest, midsection, pelvis. On your own, breathing from the bottom up. And exhale from the top down. 2 more breaths all by yourself. Now allow yourself to come back to that neutral breath for you. As you come into the neutral breath, you're releasing, letting go. Start to notice your body and the field of expansion that surrounds you. Allow yourself to soften into this spaciousness. Feel the edges of the body reach out into this expansion, as if the body seeks out the comfort of the spaciousness that surrounds you. Allowing the body to dissolve into this space. Notice the back of the body connecting to the support beneath or behind you. Notice the structure and strength of the support. Here we build from support with structure and strength for the journey ahead. Let's build the feeling of being at home in your body, your physical identity. And as we bring breath in and out of the body, we come back to our Sankalpa, reminding us, I belong. I belong. I belong. I belong. Bringing that sense of belonging within, while allowing yourself to get connected, rooted to your foundation, to your body. As we bring our awareness to the back of the body, feeling that pressure and support again that is supporting us. Start to bring that awareness and energy all the way down through the legs into the tips of the toes. Notice the toes, awareness of the toes. Bring in that healing relaxation and connection through the toes. You might bring in a light energy as you do this, and bring it flowing through the feet, connecting toes to feet, healing the feet, the heels, relax, the ankles, release. Bringing that breath, energy, connection, light, healing up through the lower legs, and bringing that healing energy swirling within our knees, releasing the knees, relaxing the knees, softening the upper legs. As we release into both hips, right hip, left hip, both hips simultaneously, and bring that energy down to the pubis bone, relaxing, softening the pubis bone, and finding that space between the pubis bone and the tailbone, reminding us that our chakras reside in the center of our body, between front and back and both sides. Here we find our root chakra, our foundation. Sometimes we regard this as our tailbone, the base of our spine, our glute grounding bones, and sometimes the pubis bone. Breathing into this region a couple more times, allowing yourself to feel foundational. Connecting to the root energy as we bring it up into the sacral space between the pelvis, center of the pelvis, between both hips, between front and back and the sides. Taking a moment to breathe and connect here as we begin to release and relax the low belly. With this relaxation, with this breath, soften the glutes. Release the sacrum and the back below your lumbar vertebrae. The downward facing triangle relaxes. Notice the breath connecting, healing still as we bring this energy upward through the spine to about the mid-back navel space. Taking a couple of breaths of connection here, relaxing the abs, relaxing the back. And then let's bring it up just a little further until we're between the rib cage, a little higher on the mid-back, still releasing and relaxing with each and every breath. Focusing within the solar plexus for just one more breath. Relaxing, bringing that healing energy connection again through the back as we make our way into the upper back, between the shoulder blades. Relaxing shoulder blades. Relaxing between the shoulder blades, our upper back. And then moving that forward into the chest. Breathing in and out of the chest freely. Centering in the center of the chest at our heart chakra for a couple of breaths. Fully relaxing the chest, the shoulders, the back, as we bring it up to the space of the base of the neck. Allowing both shoulders to relax. Healing connection energy moves through the upper arms, through the elbows, forearms, wrists, hands, and all 10 fingers. Staying connected with the breath, we bring that energy in from the fingertips. Healing energy and light to the palms, to the backs of the hands, the wrists, connecting through the forearms and elbows, the upper arms, both shoulders, through the clavicles and back to the base of the neck. Notice the neck space as you breathe. Relax the cervical vertebrae, relaxing the neck, connecting head to body here as we breathe through the throat space. As we rise up from this throat and neck space into the jaw, relaxing the jaw, the back of the head, the base of the head, where the head meets the cervical vertebrae. Taking a nice energetic line from that area through the center of our mind all the way through the brows, between the brows at the third eye space. Take a moment breathing into this space, front to back, back to front, and then center. Center between left and right hemisphere of the brain, finding our little pineal gland shaped like a small pine cone. Breathing in and out of this space, bringing that light, that healing energy through the mind as we soften our facial muscles. Relaxing, clearing the mind, bringing that healing energy all the way to the top, the crown, and towards the back of the head. Let's start to bring that breath of energy and light now coming from the crown of the head, inhaling all the way down through the center of the body to the root, and exhale all the way back out through the crown. A few more times connecting. Inhale, crown to root. And exhale, root to crown. A couple more breaths of healing, connection. And now the connection to the back of the body. Breathing from the back of the body and exhaling through the front of the body. A few more times. Awareness in the back of the body as we absorb and inhale through the back of the body and exhaling through the front. And now breathing at the center of your body. Let's guide our awareness to the back of the body once again. And as we are to the back of the body, allow yourself to enter into and inhabit the body that carries and embodies you, entering inward from the back of the body. As this carries you through many, many chapters of this journey, carries you through seasons of living and life stages. And as you enter in, let's lovingly welcome the sensations of pain and discomfort within this body, as this is a part of having this body. This body is your home. You live in it. You grow in it. You make messes in it. So let's normalize this with me. As you enter inward, knowing that it may be in need of greater repair and some tender, loving care. Staying anchored with the breath as you invite yourself back in at home. Now guide yourself to the left of the body. Allow yourself to take up space here because your right is to belong. Your right is to belong, taking up space. You are precious. Now slowly moving our awareness to the front of the body. Here we welcome in abundance. We welcome in prosperity through the front of the body. Welcome your prosperous, abundant life. Bringing in feelings of gratitude and gratefulness for this life. Finding the light within. As we now travel to the right side of the body. Here we welcome in new beginnings. You are safe. You are secure. You can trust this process of this journey. Allow yourself to welcome in new beginnings. And now let's reconnect with our center. Center of the body, reconnecting, allowing integration and unification where you can anchor yourself within. You are back at home. Taking deep breaths here. As we bring back our Sankalpa, I belong. I belong. I belong. Releasing the words I belong. And starting to bring movement back to the body slowly. Taking deeper breaths, starting to move the fingers and toes. Slowly reawakening as we find greater movements, maybe into the hands, the wrists, the ankles, the feet. You might even move the head, moving the neck. And when you're ready, taking that beautiful stretch overhead, really awakening the body here. Maybe tensing up for a moment, squeezing. And when you're ready to release that, let go. Give yourself a big hug here of gratitude for coming to this practice. If you happen to be on the ground, maybe you could hug those knees into the chest, round the back, move side to side. Finding that gratitude for making it to class, coming back to our mind, body, ourselves. And when you're ready, moving to the side in our fetal position, allowing us to move to that side. Maybe taking a breath before pressing our way back up. And as we press our way back up, thank you. Yoga Nidra is complete. Om Shanti Shanti. And thank you, Kathy, Nancy, Jenny, Renee, Gilbert, Jody, and Carrie for coming. And thank you, Anaya. Thank you. And Jiva. So have a wonderful weekend. Remember that you belong right where you're at. Enjoy, stay safe, drink plenty of water, and we'll see you here next week.
Amber?
But we don't have Monday, do we? Because they're having some kind of a thing.
Oh, yes, no Monday.
No Monday?
No Monday.
Okay, I'm glad you said